Hey guys, my name's Justin and welcome to Hillsboro, where we care about the design behind designer luxury. So today I wanted to do a bag review of a bag that came out pretty new and has been getting quite a bit of hype actually. It is the, what is this called? Gucci Balenciaga Medium Hourglass in GG Supreme Canvas. That was a part of the Hacker project from the Gucci Aria runway. That was a mouthful, but this bag is also a mouthful. So the cool thing about this is it was a collaboration between Gucci and Balenciaga where they traded and borrowed and used each other's house codes to create unique pieces that definitely caught a lot of attention. Not even from just, I think, the fashion side of social media, but like some of my coworkers even knew about it, and I was not impressed, but I was definitely surprised that they did. So I want to do something where in my bag reviews, I talk about them on kind of like a rating system where it becomes a bit more easily quantifiable, maybe. So it's kind of easier to understand like how I feel about the bag. So we're gonna do 1 to 10 on 5 different categories. So those categories are design, durability, comfort, investment value, and attention grabbing. Design. So if we're talking about the design, it is unique in that, of course, because it is from the Hacker project, it is a very well-known Balenciaga shape of the hourglass bag. I think for me it's interesting because when you see hourglass bags from Balenciaga, they're typically in the small size or like even smaller. You don't really see as many mediums. I think there's not even that many colors available in the medium. And then looking at the inside, you can see that there's actually more of that Hacker project feel inside of it. So we have still the Supreme coated canvas from Gucci, but instead it has Balenciaga printed on the inside. And then the other thing to note is the hardware. The hardware is very cute, and I think it is different from a lot of what other brands have, where, and maybe it's like other people have just copied those brands, but I think some of those clasps are starting to become a bit more common. And then going into the strap is probably my least favorite thing because it seems like the most throwaway part of the design of this bag. I think if there was just something a little bit more interesting, like almost if there was like a shoulder pad that was the shape of the hourglass bottom or something to like make it seem more like, hey, we do care about every single part of this bag, I think that would have definitely made me think a little bit better, but in general, the design of this bag is fabulous and I love it. So it gets I'll give it a 9. So for the next category, durability, the material isn't too special in that it is just the GG Supreme canvas, but it is, in the end, it is a coated canvas, so it does make it very durable. I don't know. If you take a look at like Louis Vuitton coated canvas or the Gucci coated canvas, it's the same thing. It's very firm. It allows the bag to be very structured. And I've used this bag a few times already and I haven't noticed any sort of warping or changes to the shape at all. So I think when it comes to durability, this bag's in it to win it. And the fact that it's like coated canvas, it also means that it's waterproof. I think the one weird thing is like, if you look at the handle, like this is a big bag, right? This handle is so thin, so thin. So thin. No, this handle is so thin that I almost feel like it's gonna like break or twist or something. And then if you actually take a look at like where it's joined, it's just, the canvas is sewn in at an angle, so then it just comes up and across like that. So like that is the one thing where I feel like I have to be a little bit careful about, and it does kind of scare me. Of course, like I love using it as a top handle bag, holding it or putting it in the crook of my arm, but I don't know, I get a little nervous when I'm walking through a crowd because I don't want to like have it bend or something because someone bumps into me. And then the other thing again is the shoulder strap is so thin that I don't know, it also feels very like strong, so I'm not so worried about that compared to some of the other things. But in general, durability, I don't know. I walked with this through the rain, being like, oh, it's coated canvas, it'll be fine, and it was fine. So I guess durability, I would also give it a 9. So the next category is comfort, and if we're talking about comfort with this bag, it's not the most comfortable bag. It's very heavy because it is just a lot of coated canvas, because it is so structured. It's very like heavy duty feeling. Like it definitely is one of my, if not my heaviest bag. And then this, again, this shoulder strap is so thin that when you're taking a look at like how much pressure it puts on you, like I don't wear bras, but I'm sure like if you wear a bra, you're gonna be putting this strap exactly where your bra strap is. So I really don't think that's gonna be comfortable. So the other thing is when you're trying to access the bag, it is kind of annoying because if you, okay, just watch this. So you undo the magnet and then the whole thing comes up and this goes sideways. So to be able to actually like get in your bag, if you have it on your shoulder, this is why I don't actually wear it crossbody, even though it could go crossbody, I think, even though it's like gigantic. But even like if it's just on your shoulder, when you're opening it, you're bending the whole thing. So this feels fine. It feels pretty sturdy, but then like the fact that you have this against your body and then you're like bending it like that, I don't know. Actually, a lot of times if I have it on my shoulder, I'll take it off and I'll hold it like this and then I'll open it like this so that I can go in through it like that. Which like, it's not very convenient, but the last thing too is like this handle again. It's so thin that when you're carrying it in the crook of your arm, you can feel it. Luckily, like living somewhere where it's so cold, I am always wearing like a coat or something, so I feel it less, so I don't find it that uncomfortable. But it definitely, like, this is a bag where it's like you are putting the fashion before comfort. They could have done some things to make it a little bit more comfortable, but they just kind of didn't. And obviously I don't blame Gucci for doing that because this is a Balenciaga bag, and I would definitely say Balenciaga cares more about form than function, so I don't know. I'm sorry, forgive me, but if we're gonna talk about comfort for this bag, I think I would give it like a 6 or a 7. Let's go 6.5. Yeah, it's not very function first. Like, of course it can hold a lot, but when you're starting to put a lot in it, it really starts to like weigh you down and you really feel this bag when you wear it. I still love it though. So investment value. So the thing behind investment value is if you can find someone who values it enough to pay whatever amount, that's how much the value is, right? So this, I think, created such an emotional stir with people, whether it's good or bad. The fact that people recognized it and acknowledged that this happened, people who maybe aren't even in fashion circles, I think this definitely will at least hold its value, or in the very least become a notable vintage piece in its time, because it is unique. Yeah, collaborations have existed for a while, but a collaboration between two similar sized luxury houses, I think this is the first one that's happened. So I think this is definitely gonna hold its value. I've already taken a look at some of like the secondhand websites, and there are people who've sold this for twice the price already. There are people who are trying to sell it for like over twice the price. I'm like, you guys aren't gonna get that. I would actually give this one a 9. It's already increased in value. Not like I ever intend on selling it, but. And, okay, so the last one, attention grabbing. Look at it. Just like really like, breathe it in, take it in. Of course, this is gonna get a 10 for attention grabbing. I think I put this category in because I think within every one of us, there's a little part that loves to get a compliment when you're on the street from someone. And I have to say, I have never received as many compliments on a bag as I have with this one. I took it to Copenhagen a couple of weeks ago, and I think I got at least 4 or 5 compliments. Some people saying like, oh, I wish I could have gotten that bag. Wow, this is gonna be a standout vintage piece later on, things like that. And I'm like, yes, it is. And yes, I do love it. Thank you for noticing. I wish everyone could have this bag as well, but that's not how the world works yet. No, I really wish everyone could have this bag if they wanted it, because I think it's so funny and it's so silly. And I think people recognize that as well. So for sure, this gets a 10 on the attention grabbing category. On another note, I have definitely like, when I've been wearing this bag out, I've seen people look at it and laugh. I think they think that it's fake. And part of me Okay, all of me loves that. I love that kind of energy, like being really proud of something that's like people think is fake. I think is so hilarious because I know it's real because I bought it directly from the boutique. But it's just so funny that someone like would see it and laugh, and I'm like, yes, give me more of that energy. Yeah. So either way, when you're talking about attention grabbing, it attention grabs whether it's high praise or laughing and pointing. For me, I think all attention is good attention, so 10 out of 10. So, in the end, this bag got a 43.5 out of 50. I think that's pretty good. That's like a high B. You can round it up to an A minus. I love this bag. So I don't go into buying bags thinking that I'm gonna sell them later on. I would like to think that most of us go into it not thinking that, because I definitely like get emotionally connected to bags. But this is a bag that I know I will never sell. There's a few bags that I would never sell. Actually, most of them. Okay, all of them. But this is a bag that I would never sell no matter like what I needed. If I was like down to my last dollar, I still would not because I love this bag so much. And I definitely think that I'll carry it on until the end of time, until I pass on into the next dimension. Maybe I'll give it to like my sister's kids or something like that. So that's my bag review of the Gucci Balenciaga Medium Hourglass in the GG Supreme Canvas. So let me know if you guys agree, or if you think this bag is hideous. I would love to hear that as well. Or if you love it, let me know. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, because that'll let me know that you like this content and that you too care about the design behind the designer luxury. Yeah, and that's it for today. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed.